Hey there, so welcome back and let's continue from our compute where we looked at earlier compute of type virtual machine, compute of type of our web apps or app service. Now another compute type is a function. We also called serverless. And you might have heard of functions or serverless quite a lot, but usually serverless or functions are actually used or solution for some small piece of code. So you might say, for example, you give an input and it gives you an output. So you can say 3 plus 3, you have a function called addition and you provide two details like 3 plus or 2, two entries, and it'll give you output of 5. Another example could be you might have heard of Alexa. You say, Alexa, what's time? And it'll execute that function and give you the time back. So that's something that runs for a very short duration of time so that you don't have to have the server ready all the time. And it's basically charged based on the execution or number of time that function is being executed. So you don't need to worry about having or scaling it up, or you don't have to worry about keeping server ready all the time. So functions are or kind of a serverless where you don't need to worry about servers. All you care about is running some piece of code, and that code will do whatever you ask it to do. Now that code can be written in C# or .NET, Java, Python, JavaScript. You can do any choice or any programming of your choice. And something similar you also no cut repeat, and then not something similar. So that's my function. And then you have another compute, which is of Azure Logic Apps. And Logic App is basically for scheduling, orchestrating your business processes. So you have a BPM, which you might have heard of, business process systems. So you say, if this happens, do this, or if this and this, do that particular thing. So that is where Logic App will come, where you need some workflow, you need something action to happen based on some conditions, or you have a business processes to execute those. Now, these are the two other services. Let me show it to you on our Azure portal. How do they look like? So I'm back on console. First, we are going to do is we'll type functions. So you have a function app. Click on this function app and you say create my function. And like all other resources, you put them into resource group. You give a function name. This is what's talking about runtime. You can have a function written in .NET, Node.js, Python, Java, PowerShell, or any custom handlers. So that is about function. And similarly, you have logic app, and you can write big good logic and say, if you do this, do that particular activity. So we'll say click on consumption, and this is where you will see or create all the first you'll create a logic app. Inside that you'll go and create some logic around that. So that's logic app. So your functions, logic app. Now next and the final part in this compute is about containers and Kubernetes. You might have heard of container Kubernetes microservices. That's the final part in within compute. So I'll see you in next lesson.
Well, this was our Azure Cloud expert, Mr. Atul from Team K21 Academy, and this clip was taken from our free course for Azure beginners. Even if you're a beginner, this course will give you a holistic overview of Azure Cloud, Azure DevOps, Azure Data, Azure Security, and whatnot. And if you're already working on Azure Cloud, then this course will help you to revise your basic concepts. In order to subscribe to this course, all you have to do is just go to k21academy.com/Azure and subscribe to this course. And within 50 minutes, you'll be getting an email. Under that, you'll be getting your login credentials and our WhatsApp group where you can ask your every doubt related to Azure Cloud. Thank you, and I will see you in the free course.